to serve the country. And I'm sure you're wondering in what capacity. Well, this brother says, I want to be the #1 servant of the land. Yeah. He's worked extensively in the banking sector, in oil and gas. He's an entrepreneur. And he's a politician as well. My guest on Personality Profile, Mr. Nuruddin Idrisu, banker, businessman, oil and gas consultant, and a politician, a true activist of the NDC. He has supported numerous party activities, including financially supporting 2012-2016 presidential elections, mounting the party's platforms to sell the message of the party throughout the length and breadth of the country. And I got wind that, look, after all that he's done, he says, I want to vie to be the flag bearer of our darling NDC and ultimately be the president of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Nuruddin Idrisu is my guest on Personality Profile, clad in his lovely white attire and a bit of a pocket square to, you know, show that he's a very stylish man. Honorable, welcome, Mr. Idrisu. How are you doing?
Thank you very much.
Nice, really good to have you.
Nice to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh boy, I'm really glad I get to meet you today and get to really talk about the journey and where next from here. You have great aspirations, great dreams, and we're going to make sure that it comes true, isn't it? Definitely. We're live on our Facebook page. You can go check it out. Our video is live. I just got a message. I'm watching you live from Lebanon. So the world is watching. And as we get to talk about the story of Mr. Nuruddin Idrisu, who is the CEO of Dean Petroleum Ghana Limited as well. How long has Dean been around? For a while.
Since 2012.
Okay, since 2012.
Yes.
Okay. So I went through your profile and I must say that it's totally enviable. Congratulations to you on how far you've come. You've come a very long way. You've got a very inspiring CV as well. And now I hear you are vying for the position of the flag bearer of the NDC.
That's correct.
That's true.
Yes, it's true.
Wow. What makes you want to get there? I want to know. What makes you want to be the flag bearer of the NDC?
Well, thank you very much, Lexis. I have a dream for this country. I have a dream to empower the indigenous businessman. I want to see rich people. I want to create millionaires in Ghana.
You want to create millionaires in Ghana?
It is doable.
Are you one of the millionaires?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yes. So how do you create the millionaires when you're not
Definitely,
a millionaire yet?
I understand how to create millionaires.
Okay.
I've worked with millionaires. I've started a journey myself, and it is doable. I'm coming with a message of empowerment.
Wow.
I want to empower the indigenous Ghanaian businessman. How am I going to do it? I'll start with the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay. Oh, you actually have the plan all laid out already?
I have a plan. I want to start with the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay, no. Before we get to your plan for the bigger public, let's talk about you and your plan to be a millionaire, because you say that you're not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
How many years till you, or how many months till you become a millionaire?
I don't know. I'm working hard towards that.
You're working hard towards that?
Yes.
But looks like now that you're getting into politics, you'll be spending a lot of money. So the money that you already have, you'll be using some to do politics.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Won't it slow down your millionaire process?
No. I want to see rich people. I've been blessed. I'm a blessed man. And I have to give back to the society. Society made me who I am. And I have to give back. How do I give back? I'm prepared to spend for a good cause.
Awesome. Let's go back to your roadmap. You started with the pharmaceutical industry.
Yes.
That's quite interesting. I want to hear more.
Okay, let me go back to who I am. Nuruddin Idrisu is a humble, hard-working gentleman. Hails from Upper West region. Grew up in Upper West. Then moved to Accra.
Okay.
To secondary school in Achimota School.
Oh, you attended Achimota?
Yes, I attended Achimota.
Nice.
So,
And what did you study? What did you study in Achimota?
Yes. Arts.
You did the arts.
Yes,
okay.
arts.
Where were you heading? What did you want to be?
Well, When my father took me to Achimota, he wanted me to be a doctor. Actually, not my father, my uncle.
Your uncle.
Alhaji Mama Idrisu.
Oh, okay.
Longest serving defense minister and an elder of NDC.
Yeah.
He's actually my father's elder brother, but he took care of me. So I never call him my uncle, but for the sake of the public, now I have to call him my uncle. Yes, he wanted me to be a doctor, but I disappointed him. Yes.
You found other interests?
Yes, I want to. At a point, I said no.
You were not cut for the.
I was not cut for that. I was rather cut for business.
Okay.
Yes, I spoke to him. He understood. I went that way. So went to university. I have masters in Ghana in finance.
In finance?
Yes.
From the University of Ghana?
University of Ghana.
Okay.
Yes. And I've worked at Standard Chartered Bank, worked at Owando, and set up my own business now. I have actually 2 businesses I'm doing. I'm into construction and oil and gas.
Oil and gas. Okay, because I know you have the Dean Petroleum. I've seen Dean Petroleum around.
Yes, that's correct.
That's your company.
I set it up.
You set it up.
I set it up.
Okay,
yes.
so are you the CEO or you have taken a back seat on that?
I've taken a back seat.
Okay, so more like a chairman.
Yes, executive chairman.
The executive chairman of Dean Petroleum.
Yes, that's correct.
I see. Whilst you handle properties as well and construction.
And construction. Construction, I have a partner now. I brought in a partner because I want to work for mankind. Yes, mine is a calling.
It's a calling?
Yes, it's a calling. It's not just ordinary.
How did you get a calling? Where did it come from?
Well, I sat back. I worked in Nigeria. I worked in fact, Africa. I've traveled around a lot. I've seen rich people. I've seen how people made it. People succeed if they have the right leadership. Leadership is about service. Leadership is about inspiration. Leadership is about ensuring your people succeed. I've seen around, people have empowered in other jurisdictions. People are made rich by the kind of opportunities given them. I said, okay, why not? If you come to Ghana, we have the resources. And yet, I can't count 2-3 millionaires. Let me come and make at least create 50 millionaires in Ghana. That is my target. How am I going to do it? That's the question. I'm going to start with the pharmaceutical industry. Currently, we have Ghanaians control about 30%, roughly. I want to move it to 50%.
We control 30% of what?
Of the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay.
71 goes to the foreign. So I want to empower the industry, empower the players, the indigenous businesses there, to be able to manufacture by granting them tax holidays. That is one. Secondly, assist them with cheap financing to set up businesses, to set up manufacturing industry. Whatever machinery and equipment they bring in will be waived. We do it for foreigners. Why can't we do it for ourselves? Then I move to construction.
Now, let's stay on pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you mentioned that as the first point. I don't know whether you have a soft spot for that or you feel that the contribution of the pharmaceutical industry to Ghana's economy or GDP is so huge that it needs to be targeted first.
In fact, I have about 5 sectors I'm going to look at. I want to start with them because we have challenges with the health system. It's amazing. So I am so keen on fixing it. So that's why I'm going to start there. But I'm going to
and you think fixing the health system would be best to start from the pharmaceutical?
No, not that. I just want to, whilst fixing it, I'm creating millionaires. I'm empowering the indigenous businessman in
the pharmaceutical industry.
Yes. In that industry, I want to create rich people. I want to create millionaires in that industry. Then move to the next industry. I'll give summary before I go back into detail.
Okay.
Construction. What happens in this country? contractors work, it takes 2 to 3 years to be paid. It is sad. It is sad. But if it's a foreign contractor, you are paid immediately. As soon as you submit.
Why do you think that is?
You know, Ghanaians, we have a challenge. We don't want to empower ourselves. The leadership, we are people that love to pull each other down. We are people that want to see your brother succeed. That's the reality. We pull each other down. Challenge me if I'm wrong. It cuts across, and it's worse up there. Leaders who are supposed to empower, leaders who are supposed to support businesses to grow, tend to be petty because it's Lexus, and I know him. Why should he be rich? Let me look for 1 million reasons to bring him down. I'm being realistic. I want to fight it. So
how do you fight something this sounds very attitudinal?
Yeah.
And it cuts across leadership, it cuts across we the ordinary Ghanaians, if you understand what I'm saying. But how is leadership going to fix that attitudinal problem if it is indeed one of the banes of Ghana?
Simple. Through regulation, through law. I'm going to pass the laws regulating the industry. Once an authority or a ministry wants to issue a contract, there must be funds available. And contractors must be paid within 21 working days.
Okay.
If you don't have the funds available, don't start. Okay? Laws will be there. And after 21 days, governments or whoever issues the contract will start incurring interest. And after 90 days, the public official who issues the contract and fails to pay after 90 days, you'll be prosecuted. There will be laws governing that.
Interesting stuff.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so we've talked about the pharmaceutical industry. We've talked about construction. Which other sectors are you looking at?
Oh, very interesting. Oil and gas.
Okay.
Creating rich people. Empowering indigenous Ghanaians. That is my vision. And that's what I'm going to do. I move to oil and gas industry.
Mm-hmm.
Lexus, it's sad to know that when an indigenous businessman brings in capital goods, you pay import duty. But in our petroleum agreements, when a foreign company is bringing imports, bringing in capital goods,
mm-hmm.
you don't pay import duty. How do you, the indigenous man, compete with a foreign company? You will never be rich. Your kids will never be rich. We need a generational change. We need a generational leadership that will empower people. And these things must change. That is not all. We have a beautiful local content law. But let me touch base on just one of the articles. The law states that clearly whatever the operators bring in, assuming it's the block, ENI and co., you are supposed to engage or use the indigenous banks. So far, the likes of ENI, Talo, they've invested about 10 billion. And yet, how much passed through our local banks? Do we know? No. But the law itself, I have a challenge with the law. It did not give a specific percentage or amount that should go through the local banks. At least it should have been clearer that 10%, 20% should go through our local banks.
Okay.
Imagine all this money going through our local banks. Will you have challenges? But somebody somewhere refuse to incorporate it.
Okay.
We need reforms.
Mr. Drisu, so these are general perspectives on Ghana's development and economy, and how you plan on probably changing it. There's a hurdle though, and that hurdle is NDC.
Yes, correct.
And you need to be able to edge out former President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who has also made his intention clear that he wants to stand for the flag bearer of the NDC. How do you plan on surmounting this challenge or this hurdle?
Well, NDC has expertise. NDC has pool of talents, one of which is JM, ex-president John Mahama. The likes of Joshua Labi, the likes of Spio and Co. We are 12, full of talents. They are all strong men. They are on the ground. However, there's a call for new leadership. There's a call for empowerment. And I am the one preaching it. When I go down to the grassroots, they said, okay, they've been there. They've seen their performance. We're willing to give you a chance. And I'm doing door to door, meeting them constituency per constituency. I am doing door to door, and it is working. I'm going to pull a surprise. So
what, you're going door to door, speaking with delegates and members of the NDC, trying to court them into your camp? What are you telling them? Why should you be the one to lead the NDC?
Well, when I meet them, I talk to them. I say, okay, you've been following this party for how long? They tell me, some 20 years, some 15 years. And how's your state? Have you been empowered? If it's yes, you go on. If it's no, you follow the one who can empower you, who is in the best position to empower you. You follow a businessman who believes in empowerment, who is committed to empowering people, who will ensure that the local businesses are empowered.
Now you see, it's quite interesting, and you said this with all the passion.
Yes.
I see the expression on your face, and I realize that you believe so much in what you're doing. But these are same words, and some of these things are things that politicians, some former flag bearers, have articulated perfectly with all the mannerisms and belief, and many of them have been in positions and they've not been able to do anything about it. So, what makes you different?
Because I'm part of the grassroots that trusted politicians to empower us. They failed. Okay? I went through the mill. I've suffered it. And I know how it is. That is why I say it's a calling. God took me through from Upper West into Achimota School. See how the poor live, the middle upper class live. So I have a constituency that cut across. So I share their plights.
And you feel God was preparing you for this particular role.
For God to move me from Watiai Ahmadiyya to Achimota School, He was preparing me. You know why? Because when I went to Achimota, as a young Muslim, as a Muslim student, I was forced to go to church. So I called my mom. I said, what? They said, now I should go to church. My mom said, God is good. God is God. To God be the glory. Go and learn. I attended church regularly because it was mandatory at the time. I was there in the 80s. I'm quite old though. It was mandatory. So I learned a lot. I learned to be with the Christians. I learned the Bible. You know, that is why I say it's a calling. Now God moved me into the business circles, into the banking circles. I work there. I understand the challenges, so I am the best.
And you've done some work with the NDC.
Yes.
You actually played a role in JM's campaign.
Yes, I did.
What role did you play?
Well, financing and going around campaigning with a team for the party. Because it's a one big family. You were not campaigning for JM, you were campaigning for the party. I was campaigning for JM. I campaigned for him. You campaigned for him? Okay. Yes, I campaigned. Did you believe in the man you were campaigning for? Yes, I did. You felt he was capable? Yes,
Do you still think he's capable?
Yes.
So why do you want to challenge him?
Well, at the time I was campaigning for him, I expected him to do certain things. Put up infrastructure.
It's one of his achievements he touts.
Yes. And empower the people. So I would say Jem. I say Jem and his team,
which you were part of.
I did not hold any ministerial position.
But you campaigned for him. You were part of the NDC. You're part of the ruling government.
I agree. So I expected him to do certain things.
Did you communicate those things?
Hold on. Let me land, please.
Okay. Go ahead.
So he actually did some. He's human. He's not perfect. He is not a bad person. He's done his bits. Okay. I want to build on what he's done. Okay. Now the infrastructure is there. Now I want to move into empowering the people through the infrastructure. Example, if I want to build a road, I give it to a local contractor and pre-finance the local contractor. Have the laws, the right laws in place that will protect the indigenous businessman.
Are these some of the things? Are these some things you shared with him?
No,
you didn't.
I did not.
Why? You kept it from him because
No. I did not know at the time, honestly.
Okay.
Yes, I did not know.
You're a contractor as well.
Yes,
you didn't get some contracts from him.
Some contracts.
Okay.
Not from him. From from
the government.
Yes, from Kufuor's time.
Yeah.
Yes. So I've been a contractor. So I continued. I got my contracts based on merits, and I still get contracts.
So why are you saying that they don't give the contracts to the local contractors?
They give contracts to local contractors, but they do not pay local contractors. It takes 3 years sometimes. It takes 2 years. And can you see a local contractor doing well? You can't mention 2 local contractors doing well.
You're not doing well?
I'm not in terms of the
I thought you said you're on your way to being a millionaire.
Yes, I'm doing well in other sectors.
In other sectors?
Yes, I do.
But the construction is not really...
It's not doing well. They don't pay. Government do not pay. And let me take you back to this banking crisis. Contractors owe banks. Government owes contractors. So technically, the money belongs to who? The banks. So you are holding the bank. You are holding the bank's money, technically. And now you go and attack banks.
What's the relationship between you and JM?
JM, he's my former president. He's my northern brother. He's a good guy. We are not friends. I never worked for him.
Okay.
Yes, but we meet at my father. He comes to my father's house as well. Yes, so really not personal.
Nothing personal,
but I like him. He's a good guy. He's done his bits.
Okay.
So I want to build upon that.
You think he should rest?
He deserves a good rest. So I want to give him a good rest. He suffered under the hands of NPP.
So he believes that he has one more term, and you're outlining some very brilliant ideas that could help Ghana. You don't think it's just okay that being you're not friends, like you say, but being members of NDC,
he's my president.
Yes, being members of NDC, JM, these are the ideas I have. Let's support you. Go to the second round and get your second term, and maybe afterwards I can consider that.
It is a family contest, I may call it. It's not a contest of war. It's a friendly contest. It's an internal contest. So want the people to decide. If they decide on him, fair enough. He'll get 100% of my support. If they decide on Joshua Alabi, 100%. If they go for Eli, as a young man called Eli, 100% of my support. So it's a family contest. It's a contest of ideas. This will help us strengthen our democracy.
Realistically, Mr. Drisu, who do you think stands a better chance?
Nuruddin Idrisu.
Nuruddin Idrisu.
Yes, because, is it? elections are won at where? Grassroots level. I'm with the grassroots.
Okay.
And if you remember, the complaint was that the previous government wasn't connecting well with the grassroots. And I do connect very well with the grassroots.
Is it because you are not there yet?
No, that's who I am. Yeah, that's who I am. I connect very well with people because I am coming to serve.
Yes. What do you say about the school of thought that, well, JM has been president before, he's very popular, he has a marketable personality, for want of a better word, and so why don't we all throw our weight behind him and help secure victory from the ruling NPP?
Let the people decide. Let the grassroots decide. It's democracy. Let us empower them to decide who they want to lead the party. However, trust me, if they put Lexus or they put Nuruddin Idrisu there today, within 24 hours, I'll be very marketable. I'll be marketable. So, really, it is the party that makes you popular, not really your personality.
Yeah.
Yes. So if the party decides it's you, within 24 hours or 42 hours, 48 hours, you'll be very popular. So really, popularity, and I'm very popular with the grassroots. Okay? I'm very, very popular with the grassroots. So I have no problem at all.
We're live on our Facebook page. You can check out the live video as I spend time and get up close and personal with Mr. Nuruddin Idrisu. He's a banker, he's a businessman, oil and gas consultant, and a politician. And he's vying to be the flag bearer of the opposition NDC. And he hopes to be president of Ghana pretty soon.
2021,
yes. 2021, 7th of January. He believes that he will be the man holding the sword and the Bible and, well, in your case, a Quran. Yes. And being sworn in as president of Ghana. Well, he's got some very novel ideas, pharmaceutical, construction, oil and gas, which he actually is a player in.
Creating 50 millionaires within my first term.
Creating 50 millionaires within your first term. Wow.
Yes. It's doable.
It's doable.
It is doable, my brother. It's doable.
Your first term is 4 years.
Just 50. 50.
But Mr. Nuruddin, you've been in business for many years, and you yourself say you are not a millionaire.
Yes, that's why I said there are challenges. If it's a foreign company, let me take you back. All the waivers are given. All the tax exemptions are given. Try it for your first year with the local businesses and see what we can do. The Ghanaian is capable of running our businesses successfully. But political interference. Politicians, they don't say it. They will preach all the enabling environments, X, thing, Y, but then they start looking at your political color, your tribal color. What happens? Somebody has to come and help this nation. Somebody has to come and say that irrespective of who we are, what NDC, MPP, Muslim, Christian, you are an indigenous person. Let me empower you. I am the man to do that.
You tout your connection with the grassroots.
Yeah.
Now, do you get the impression from the grassroots that they don't want JM to be the leader?
Honestly, I go, as I mentioned to you, JM has done his bits. He's delivered infrastructure. The party NDC has talents, one of which is JM. He's good. There's no doubt about it. I will never insult him on any platform. I respect him. He did very well. However, it is an internal contest, a contest of ideas for the people to decide. If they decide in my favor, glory be to God. If it's JM, same, we thank God. We still support him. So we want them to be free, we want democracy to prevail, we want to strengthen the grassroots. And the only way we can do that is for people to go down to them and tell them what they are capable of doing. And they decide. When I went, they told me that, well, we like you. Yes, others prefer JM. And I said, well, it's good. It's a family problem. A family contest, internal contest. It is not war. We are just sharing ideas and on how to improve upon our way of doing things and how to help the indigenous Ghanaian and the grassroots. So really, if it's my brother Bagbin or whoever, we are good. But let the people decide. Let democracy prevail. Realistically, this is the first time we are going through this 11-12 contest in our lives. So it's the beginning of good things to come.
If by chance you're elected the flag bearer of the NDC, do you see yourself becoming president of Ghana?
Straight away, no doubts.
What would put you there?
Look at what is happening in the nation. Job losses, day and night. That is not what we were promised. That's not what Nana promised us. Depreciation of the city. That's not what we were promised. We're made to believe as people that the money, they had the money. What is happening? Today, businesses haven't been paid. Businessmen hasn't been paid. Banks are collapsing. Jobs are not there. Basic hospital bed we can't find. What is happening? We have to get serious. So really, it will be easy for me.
So many things we can enumerate. You can outline so many of the problems with Ghana now.
With Ghana,
one of them you mentioned is the city, depreciation of the city, and the exchange rates and whatnot. What do you think? I mean, you've been a banker before, so you probably understand the financial markets a little bit. What is the problem? Why do you think that the city is depreciating? And what do you think needs to be done?
Permit me to quote somebody. I learned that if your fundamentals are weak, the city will expose you. So,
I thought you'd credit him.
Yes, I credit him. Yes,
so please credit him,
fundamentals,
so that you not be charged with.
Yes. So that is the reality. Let us not deceive ourselves and start pumping in money from central bank to stabilize the city. It's artificial. Let us diversify into agriculture. Start exporting. Today, tomatoes we import, onions we import, day-old chicks we import, eggs we import. Are we serious? Let us just go back to basics as people. Fix the problem of start producing and feeding ourselves. Then we begin to export, which will bring in foreign exchange. That will stabilize the city. Apart from this, forget it. We're wasting our time.
When you were outlining your vision for Ghana and what you think needs to be done, you didn't mention any of these fundamental things you're talking about. You mentioned pharmaceuticals, you mentioned construction.
Remember I said five. Agric, yes.
Okay, agric.
Yes, I haven't
you didn't finish?
Yes, I did not finish.
Okay.
So agric is key to my heart as well. Agric. We have to feed ourselves.
Personally, have you done any project in agriculture?
No. But I speak to the experts. I have a team in place. Just yesterday, I met one of the top consultants in agric, and they are putting together a policy for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's remind ourselves the five again, just so we don't come back and then it looks like I didn't let you finish. So, pharmaceuticals, construction, oil and gas, agriculture,
and the finance sector.
And the finance sector.
Yes. I just want to fix these areas. create rich people out of the areas, and create jobs.
Which of them would you rate most important?
Most important, I think they're all important though, but I look at
Agriculture.
because we must feed ourselves, we must eat, stabilize our city, stabilize the economy. That is the only way. Borrowing is good. I will never condemn borrowing if it's put to good use, because businesses will borrow. Okay? So I don't hold anything against any government that borrows, but I must see what you are going to use the money for. Well, secondly, what I want to do for Ghana again is to have a national plan, a 5-year national development plan, a plan that I'll have buy-in from MPP, from opposition parties, let me put it that way, from civil society, from religious bodies. So when you walk and go to the street of Accra and say, what is the national plan? The market woman can tell you. That's the kind of plan I want to have. When we have a 5-year plan, then we know the steps to take. But as it is now, as I sit here, honestly, I don't even know I don't know if we have a national vision. I don't know. I'm not saying we don't have. But how can we work without a plan? It means we are crash landing.
Like
There's
they
no
say,
plan.
if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
We have no plan. So key to me is planning.
Okay.
Having a 5-year national development plan, which will be accepted by the nation.
Benedicta in Ningo Pram constituency wants me to ask you, what are your plans for the teeming youth and women unemployment with regards to employment? I heard him saying JM did not empower the people. Please ask him, how many people has he personally empowered in the NDC and, for that matter, Ghana?
Well, forgive me if I say that. I honestly don't remember. What I wanted him to do, I said I'm going to build on his good jobs. Listen to me careful. I said I'll never condemn him. He's done a fantastic job. I am going to build on that by empowering the people. So I am not going to condemn JM. Please, I'll never condemn him. He's a party member. He's done very well for the people. I am going to create 50 millionaires through my empowerment program. So if I've said that, forgive me. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Kofi Frimpong says, Lexus, the man has vibes when he becomes president. He must first deal with the NDC primaries, then later will subject the ideas into critical scrutiny. Then he will understand that to become a president in Ghana is not nice crafted words and vocabularies. Okay.
When it comes to vocabs, please, I'm not part of it. Trust me. Trust me. If you realize the country is going through leadership challenge, we need a leader that can empower, that will inspire us to success. So that's what I'm coming to do. It's a generational thing. It is our generation. We have to fix it. We must fix it. Our fathers have done enough, and we're not going to fix it without them, though.
Okay.
We need their wisdom.
Let's talk about the chances of the NDC as a party to come back into power.
Very bright.
What makes you think so?
Because what we were promised as nation, as people, the current president hasn't delivered it to our satisfaction. So really, people are calling for the NDC. Whoever will put there will win the election. Trust me.
What
Trust me.
are you saying that because the NDC was in power and Ghanaians, as it were, rejected the NDC for the NPP? Wouldn't you allude that to also the NDC not delivering on their promises?
Well, we needed more. Why? Because
More what?
NDC lost the election because we thought whatever was promised by the current president Nana Akufo-Addo. He was going to deliver.
That is why the NDC lost?
Yes. Trust me. Now, what we are getting is not what we bargained for.
You sound like you voted for the MPP.
No, I'm a Ghanaian. Whoever is in power, that's why I say we have to look at it as we have to look at everything as we have to look at ourselves as Ghanaians. That is my president. Please, that's my president, as it is today. That's my president.
But
I respect him.
So do you think the
he's
NDC delivered on its promise to Ghanaians?
To some extent, we did. To some extent, that's why I talk about infrastructure. That one give JM great marks. He did a lot with his team. He didn't do it alone. He did it with his team.
So which sector didn't the team do so well in?
Well, I don't want to go into where he did not do so well. I want to rather focus more on what I will do for now.
Okay, we're inching closer to the end of the conversation, so maybe you should use this time to share with us what you will do. And let's start off with you speaking to the NDC as a party, because, like I said, that's the first hurdle that you have, and then we can consider the bigger picture of you becoming president.
Thank you very much, comrade. I want to assure you that we are going to get a leader that will work with the party, the great NDC party, to empower you. You are going to get a leader that will work with the grassroots. You are going to get a leader. You are about to be blessed with a leader that will empower the grassroots. You are going to get a leader that will pick his chief executives from within the constituencies for the first time. So please, let's work together. Let's be united. Let's not insult each other. We are one big family. After December, we are going to be one. We're going to be working together. So, comrade, let us work together. And I always preach unity, because at the end of the day, it's about the party, not about individuals. Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Mr. Nuruddin Idrisu, banker, businessman, started his career as a corporate services manager at Standard Chartered Bank back in 2006 thereabouts. Later he joined Oando Ghana Limited, right?
That's correct.
And what role did you play there?
Yes, I was in charge of West Africa, excluding Nigeria. I was doing crude. So I did crude in Equatorial Guinea and some other countries. So I was running around, and I set up in Ghana as well. So I was looking after the West Africa.
Whilst you were in Oando or after Oando?
No, whilst in Oando.
Okay.
In 2012, I resigned and decided to set up my own businesses.
How did you make your money?
Good bonuses.
Good bonuses.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Joy 99.7
Beyond your imagination.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's what set you...
Cargo was about $1 million when it could... about 100 million. So if you do want to, really good, beyond your imagination. So let's leave it here.
Okay. And you set up your...
Yes, then I came and set up my own petroleum company. And I do consultancy for both upstream, that's the services, midstream and downstream, because I'm across. Yeah.
And now you own Dean Petroleum?
Yes.
And then the construction company, what's it called?
Dean Construction.
Dean Construction.
Yes.
What do you think has made you successful in all these fields?
Hard work, dedication, commitment to service, commitment to God, commitment to work. Yeah.
Commitment to work?
Yes, I'm very committed. Very, very committed. I don't play when it comes to money. Money matters. I don't. And I keep my eye on the ball.
There you go.
Yeah.
For the young folks who are upcoming, of course, you've interacted with a lot of people, so you know very well there's a high rate of unemployment. There are a lot of young people who are looking at landing jobs and they're not getting any. What would you tell them?
Well, we are about to be blessed because this is the man that's going to empower you through creation of jobs from there. When you go to the pharmaceutical industry, I'm going to create more jobs there. You go to oil and gas, I'm going to create more jobs there. Come to agric, fantastic jobs because it's going to be end to end. Yes. That is what I want to use to industrialize this country. Agric is dear to my heart. There's a lot we can do. We feed ourselves, we're comfortable, we eat, then we begin to export. And the poultry industry, the fishing industry, these are areas I love so well, and I'm keeping my eye on.
Okay.
And I will empower them.
Awesome.
Yes.
Let's get to meet you as well. Your family, you married?
Yes, I'm married with 2 kids.
Ah.
Yes, married with 2 kids. And
How old are they?
7 and 5.
Oh, that's a quite a young, beautiful family.
Yes. And I have a lovely supporting wife. She gives me the lean way to go and work.
Our future first lady.
Yes, our future first lady.
What's her name?
Her name is Munira Malik.
Okay, Munira Malik.
Very pleasant woman.
I
Very
see.
supportive.
What do you do for fun? You I know you're a businessman and you're always all about the business, but do you make time for?
I make time for football.
For football?
Yes, I love football.
Okay.
Unfortunately, our local football has a challenge. So I watch the local, support the local, but I have the likes of Chelsea's as well.
You're a fellow blue.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
There you go.
I eat and drink blues.
Then you're in the family.
Yes, I love football. I love football.
Yes, the team blue. That's
The
right.
team blue, that's
Yeah.
the best team. Some are losing already. They've lost 2 in a row.
Oh,
If
stop
I
talking
mention
about
names,
Man U.
oh no, please! I don't want people to attack me here. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so as we wrap up, though, you've had experiences in life. You've been through business, politics. You've been through it all. If there was one advice you'd give to the youth, what would it be?
Well, youth, to be honest, were caught napping. Why am I saying that? If you look at the Nkrumah in the days of Kwame Nkrumah, in their 40s, they rise up, they fought, but we are kind of laid back. I want to ginger the youth to wake up, support me, let's create jobs. We can do it. It is our generation. We are the future leaders. We are the leaders of today's Ghana. So I need their support.
Awesome.
We should wake up.
Lexus, tell Nuruddin that I'm behind him. We need fresh ideas like him. Tell him that I need his number. Okay, already the support is coming in. Looks like a lot of people believe in your dreams and your ideas.
It is doable.
It is
Trust me.
doable.
I can't do it alone. I have to do it with you people. Everybody.
Awesome.
It is our country.
Mr. Nuruddin Idrisu is a backup businessman, CEO, actually chairman of Dean Petroleum and also Dean Construction and Trading. And he's also vying for flag bearership position at the NDC. And he's been my guest here on Personality Profile. Great talking to you. It's been quite revealing, if I can put it that way. Yes, great having you. Awesome. Personality Profile here on Joy 99.7 FM. What a fine man he is. Very interesting ideas as well. Share your thoughts on our Facebook page. Our live video is there. You can share your thoughts on it. Thanks to the team, Adam Naite, Philip Nye, and Abeku Sankofi. Traveling tomorrow, we're going to be at the Trade Fair set at the Providence Events and Recreational Center for the Joy FM Back to School Fair. So if you want to go shopping for your wards as they get back to school, you know what to do. Come by and we'll have everything under one roof. So let's meet at the Providence Event and Recreational Center tomorrow. It's adjacent to Auto Chill at Trade Fair. I'm Lexus Bill. Have a great evening. This is my Hall of Fame.